Still working with the Sequoia cart here. Haven't done any dismantling or anything yet. Hey, ducky. I see you down there. Hi, ducky. Where was I? Oh. Got out Polaris. Just for quick comparison. Sequoia is just a little longer. Polaris has the battery pack more over the front wheels for extra traction, extra weight over the traction and braking and steering. Whereas Sequoia's got the battery pack more centrally located. And we have a 10-tooth sprocket on the motor of both carts, but we've got a 72-tooth sprocket on Polaris, and she has about a 20-inch tire overall, where we have about I think it's a 50-tooth sprocket on Sequoia with an overall 16-inch wheel. So, like Steve left a comment, gear ratio might be overdoing it. And if you think about it, the sprocket here on the Sequoia cart is about 6 inches across on a, like I said, a 16-inch overall wheel. So 3/6 is 18. That's just a little over 3 to 1. Where on the Polaris, like I said, the sprocket's about 8.5 inches, and we have a 20-inch wheel. So 8.5 twice is 17. So that's only a little over 2 to 1. I'd say also, as you can see, Sequoia has quite a bit more bulk to it than the Polaris cart. So I would say that has a lot to do with it as well. One thing that worries me about the Polaris cart is this small connection for the spindle bracket bolts, I guess you would say, the tube, because there's a lot of pressure on here from steering, but also from braking in the other direction. So I should add some gussets or beef that up a bit, or that's where I liked this setup quite a bit more, because it was a lot more beefy to handle stresses this way and this way. It's so much. Well, besides our gear ratio being off, and like we discussed, this thing being a lot bulkier and heavier, I also noticed, I believe our front suspension or shocks are a little on the weak side, because when it's loaded, the wheels spay outwards both ways. So when the suspension sags, it increases the rolling. Not sure if you can see that, but see how much that's about with me off of it and then on it. we need to stiffen up the suspension as well. So we'll switch out our sprocket for a bigger sprocket. We'll switch out our motor and controller. And that's another thing. This is a 60-volt motor and controller system, and then also a 60-volt battery pack, which is getting a little on the, I don't want to say high voltage, but higher voltage to be safe, like an Electrathon high school and college kids working with type situation. So I just threw this together because I already had the motor, controller, and the battery pack, and the circuit breaker and pre-charge circuit. But when we upgrade or fix it, we'll go back to a 48 volt 1000 watt brushed motor and controller, and then also a 48 volt battery pack with the high top charge should be in the low to mid 50 volt range. So from now on we'll stay under 60 volts. Alright, more work to do. And yeah, more to come.